If you love to travel, you are going to need a travel agent. And if you want the best travel agent, you are going to need Boullies Travel. Boullies Travel can help you with any kind of holiday wherever you want to go in the world, taking care of every last detail. From package holidays through to fully customized itineraries where you are completely in control of where you go and what you do. And the best part, there are no charges whatsoever. Rated excellent on Trustpilot. Start your next adventure right now by going to bouliestravel.com. Hello and welcome to another episode of the Jason Boull Travel Podcast. And today is going to be a little bit different, as this is going to be a solo podcast. So I'm just going to be, instead of doing an interview, I'm going to be looking at one of the biggest questions I get asked all the time. When is the best time to book a holiday? And the simple answer is it's never the same for everybody. It's not one size fits all, but there are some good kind of pointers I can give you to help get you the very best value for what you're looking for, which is ultimately what everybody wants to get. So before we get stuck into that, let's just give you a little reminder to make sure you like, follow and subscribe to stay up to date with all travel news and podcasts. Make sure you're the first to hear about our amazing offers that we continue to put out. Feel free to visit our website and join our mailing list so you can be the first to hear about our amazing offers. Don't forget our socials as well. So we have facebook.com/Boullies Travel. The same on Instagram, same on LinkedIn. So follow on those profiles and also visit our website, bouliestravel.com, where there is a host of holiday offers. Go up to the menu, select holiday offers, and there are some really hot deals on there right now, covering off tours all around the world. And as this show is going out just before Christmas, I have to mention our holiday vouchers. Why not give somebody an amazing gift this year? The gift of travel and memories. I'm sure they're going to appreciate it far more than another pair of socks stuffed in a stocking. So let's look at when is the best time to book. First of all, let's break down the different periods of the year so you understand how the whole holiday market works and thinks. So it actually starts just after Christmas. But from January, February, sometimes March, we have a period called peaks. And the whole industry, you will see on television, put out loads of advertising all over the place. Television, social media, web banners, emails, everything. They're hitting it all as hard as they can during this time period because they want to make sure that they're filling up all their hotels and they've got their order books full for the rest of the year. So to help encourage that, they put out really strong incentives at the beginning of the year. And you never know how strong those incentives are going to be. Nobody does. I don't know. Nobody in the industry knows apart from obviously the tour operators. That is generally a very strong time to book for a large percentage of holidays. It's the busiest time of the year. Most travel agents are flat out during that time period because of the strong incentives that there are to book. Past that period, we're going to go into our late market. So we've passed March, it goes a little bit quiet. We're then going to come into May, June time, just before summer. Everyone who forgot to book or didn't get round to it start a panic now. They've got summer coming and they haven't booked their holiday. So there's going to be some late incentives to encourage people to book and get their summer holiday that they want. How good those lates are will depend on how busy peaks was. If you have a very strong peaks period, then there's not many holidays left to sell, so they're going to leave it to whoever hasn't booked has to pay a lot more, or they might get some very small discounts, but they're not going to be as strong as they would have been otherwise. So if you leave it, you really don't know what you're going to get. After summer, everyone goes away on the summer holidays, they're going to come back. You'll kind of have what we call a mini peaks. So that's going to be September, October time. For me, it pushes into November a lot as well. And this is another period where you've just come back off holiday. you want to have some to look forward to, so there's some more incentives to get you to book for the following year. At the end of the mini peaks, it kind of runs into Black Friday, and this year I think has probably been one of the biggest Black Fridays I've seen since COVID, lasting for a month, a good month they've been going on for. So that's all of your land holiday, your main promotional periods. Looking on cruise, you have a very similar pattern. So you'll have, instead of peaks at the beginning of the year, they call it waves, obviously for cruise. And you'll have waves beginning of the year, and then after summer, you'll have a mini waves again. At kind of about September time, October, people have come off their summer holidays. The other side of that with cruises as well is you also have pre-registrations, and you'll have releases of cruises. So the way that cruises get released is they'll generally, in springtime, they're going to release their summer itineraries about 6 months at a time, for usually 18 months, 2 years away is the kind of window they're looking at. So in 25, they're looking at releasing 27, summer 27. When you come to autumn, then they're looking to release their winter 27 going into 28. That's generally how the cruise releases work. So you can actually book those ahead of time, ahead of the waves and the mini waves periods. Some cruise lines, P&O is a major one, that will do pre-registrations. And pre-registrations is where you have to talk to a travel agent, and they will talk you through all the available itineraries, all the costings, break down exactly what cabin you want, and they can get that booked for you in a very small window, in a couple of hour window before it goes live. And the benefit of doing that is you'll A, get those cabins you want, and B, you'll get the best booking prices that you'll find literally anywhere in that pre-registration. As soon as that period goes over and we can't book pre-reg anymore, prices will go live and their fluid pricing kicks in straight away and the prices shoot up. And we've seen that this year, where prices have gone up by quite a chunk straight away. As soon as it's available online, you've already missed the best prices. So that's something worth considering as well. And then you kind of have your bucket list trips. So you've got things like your Disneys, your Laplands, world cruises, those types of things. Any of those big trips, you can, they'll kind of release at different times. So Disney will generally release their best offers in springtime again. And then the end of the year, they'll do a little extra push again for their October stuff the following year, for the autumn stroke winter holidays. Lapland, same. They generally, you have a few busy booking periods for Lapland. You'll have just after Christmas, because people who wanted to go but didn't get it booked up want to make sure they book up for next year. And it's generally because they came round to it quite late on and realised all the holidays were sold, because people book really ahead of time. September, October's kind of November as well, a really busy booking period for Lapland. Then you're going to have world cruises. And those big holidays, they're going to be available when the general release comes out. So in those spring and those autumn times, but not all cruise lines stick to that firm routine, which is why you kind of need an expert who can help guide you through it, know what cruise line you're looking at, where you want to go, so when is the best time to catch that cruise line. So that's kind of the periods of major booking that goes on and when the best incentives are. Looking at considerations you need to think about, because it's just not as straightforward as, oh, that's the best time to book, so I'm going to go book then. If you think about flights, you know now flights are fluid pricing. They have been for a very long time, as are hotels now as well. But basically, every time you sell a seat on a flight, the price goes up. It could be a little bit until you start to come towards over half full, and then those prices start to increase quite a bit quite quickly. So if you are trying to get somewhere to a popular destination, if you're going to leave it late, the chances are you're going to be overpaying on those flights, because the flights could be mainly full, or what you certainly will do is have a lot less flight options as well if you're going to leave it late. A great example of this is going to be Disneyland Paris. When you first look at the releases on them, there are loads of flight times. Lots and lots available from lots of airports. You can choose sometimes up to 10 different flights a day from one airport. Lots of flexibility. When you come later on, you're struggling for 1 to 2 flights and you're paying a lot more money than you were when they first got released. Not all products are the same there. With flights, you can also get out-of-date range flights. So again, available through travel agents and travel professionals. These are flights that are not released to the public. They are on reserve for tour operators, for large travel companies, and you can pre-book some of those. Some tour operators will have allocated seating, which is a very good set price by the airline. They'll only have so many seats on each aircraft. And once they're sold, they then have to go to more fluid pricing again. Other people don't have those reserved seats, but they still get the ability to plan well out in advance. So that means that you can get out to those high demand destinations ahead of time without paying through the nose for it, really. The same goes for your sought after resorts and room types. So if you're a big family and you like to go away together, you might like to get lots of rooms together. You might like to get interconnecting rooms. So, you want to have granny next door so you can share the kids and kind of look after babysitting. And those interconnecting rooms are really invaluable. But those interconnecting rooms, not every hotel has loads of them. They only have a handful of them at best. So those interconnecting rooms will always go first. They'll always sell quickly because people know that that's what they want, so they book them ahead of time. If you've got the same on a sought-after hotel, there's lots of times you want a swim-up room in a certain hotel. You want all those certain lovely experiences you want to have. They book up early. There's some hotels I know that a year out in advance, swim-up rooms are sold out. Sandals, for example. It's really hard. You cannot get a last-minute, really good deal out of Sandals on the fantastic room that you want because they're always sold ahead of time. So last minute means that you are kind of getting what's left, if that makes sense. Cruise cabins, exactly the same. When people who love cruising, when those cruises are released, they go for the cabins they want straight away. They're really savvy bookers, do pre-registrations, and they get those big suites, those big cabins overlooking the front of the ship, the beautiful views, or the back of the ship, and they get them at really good prices on pre-release. You want to try and book them 12 months before a cruise, they're all gone. They were gone a year ago. And the same for popular ships as well. The best cabins on those really popular ships, on the new ships, on the big ships, on those things, they'll always sell out quickly. So your best solution is to really be friends with a bloody good travel agent who knows their way around the market and is going to be able to do all that hard work for you and advise you on the type of holiday you want to have, when is that best time. And if you're working well in a good agent, then they're going to be able to keep an eye on a marketplace for you and get in contact with you when the time is right. Now we've looked at the booking periods and we've looked at considerations to go with it. Let's see how that really works in real life. So if we go back to 24, peaks in 24 was pretty busy. There were reasonable offers on, but there was still a lot of pent-up travel desire, if you like, post-COVID. So Lates was okay. It wasn't amazing. It was okay. So they preloaded their year. Mini Peaks was okay again. Because Peaks was really strong 24, coming into 25, Peaks wasn't that great. There wasn't anything that was really amazing. So there was a lot of leftover itineraries. There was a really good Lates promotions this year. And there's been a very strong kind of mini Peaks, and Black Friday offers have been really, really strong. And that's because they've had them all left over. So what's going to happen next year, nobody really knows, because it's up for the tour operators to decide how big the discounts are they're going to put on. The best thing to do is to get in there really early, at the beginning of Peaks, knowing what you want and where you want to go, and talk to your travel agent. Give them the list of stuff you want to do. Make sure they know in advance so they can have a good look around, and as soon as those offers hit, they're on the phone to you and you can get exactly what you want secured. If it's not great, if it doesn't work for you, that's fine. You can take a gamble and leave it till Lates. So if you think about it, putting it into an actual work in practice of how that figures out. Peaks is when you have the prime offers on, the best time of the year to book. You've generally got the best availability of rooms, resorts, everything. You've got your good leading prices coming in. You've got empty aeroplanes. You've got empty resorts. So the prices are low. It's the best time to get into book. If you leave it until late, a lot of the good hotels, a great value that were available at peaks, are no longer on the list. They're all gone. If you saw a hotel that you liked and you thought, oh, that's a lovely hotel, but it's gone, it's because it's sold. So if you leave it until late, you're kind of shopping what's left over. You're shopping what everybody else didn't want at the time. It might look like a great offer today in lates, but if you go back to peaks, it wasn't even good enough. It didn't even make the grade. There were much better choices on offer at peaks. I like to plan ahead. I like to prepare earlier. I like to know where I'm kind of doing for the year. So for me, peaks works really well because I know what I'm going to do, put it in a diary, all sorted, forget about that, move on and do something else. I'm not a fan of late shopping for myself. I'm not a fan of the pressure of trying to find that holiday and trying to make sure that I'm getting the best deal and this option and that option. I think there's better offers to be had during peaks myself. And I think you'll get a far better range of hotels, far better accommodation options, flight choices than you will get when you're looking in lates. A mini peaks is looking ahead to next year, isn't it? It's some last minute deals for winter stuff, but generally it's going to next summer. The same goes for waves and mini waves. The best offers at the beginning of the year and any late offers are generally they're the cruises that people didn't want. They're the ones going through the Bay of Biscay that people don't really fancy because the Bay of Biscay can be anything on any day. You never know what you're going to get. But the best ones and the best Mediterranean, the best Greece ones, they all kind of go early doors and they fill up quite quickly. My advice to you is when is the best time to book? And what I'd say is talk to a travel agent. Be friends. Make friends with somebody who you know is a great travel agent who will help you out. They're going to know the market patterns. They're going to know when the offers are coming out for the suppliers or the areas that you want to book. And they're going to contact you when it's a good time to book it. So that's my best advantage on how to get it. When you shop online, I'm not a fan of it. I don't think you get the best service. I don't think you get the best value. There's way more to value than price. You could get a really, really cheap price, but by the time, everyone's seen it. By the time you then add on your luggage, add on this, add on everything else, you add on all those little bits, the price is the same. It's sometimes even more. And then afterwards, you can book it all and find out it's not even available, and they try and push something else on you. And it happens all too often, unfortunately. But anyway, talk to a good travel agent. They're the ones who are going to be able to help you out. And on that point, so we're in the process now of getting ready for peaks. We want to make sure that we are helping as many of our customers get amazing offers for the rest of the year. And to do that, you need to book an appointment. So how do you do that? Go to bouliestravel.com/book-online. There's a range of different holiday types there. Just select book now and you'll be able to secure your appointment at a time that suits you. You can secure an appointment on literally any day of the week, a Sunday round all the way around to a Saturday, from typically 9 a.m. up until 8 p.m. at night. We're available whenever you need us to be available. When you're at home, the end of a busy day, you haven't got to spend hours searching online, make a quick appointment, hop on a call, we'll go away and we'll do it all for you. We'll leave you go on with the rest of your evening and we'll get to work behind the scenes. Then we'll come back to you with all the options. It's really easy. It's the best way to book a holiday because booking a holiday should feel like a holiday. And that's exactly what you get with Boullies Travel. So go to bouliestravel.com/book-online and secure your appointment over peaks. Best time, anytime after Christmas is good. We have Lapland coming up now. We're going to have 2027 going on sale very, very soon. As soon as it's released, if you're on the list, you're going to be emailed about it to make sure that we can secure in those best rooms, those best rates, and your Lapland package with the most time to pay as well. For 2027, you've got 2 years to pay for that trip. So we want to do all we can to help you get out there and enjoy the world and make your memories. So that's it from me today. Thank you for following, and thank you for listening to the episode of the Jason Boull Travel Podcast. And if I can help you in any way to travel a world and secure an amazing holiday, please absolutely get in contact. You can find my details all over the interweb. Just Google Boullies Travel and you'll find us. And I'd love to help you secure your next holiday. Make sure you like, follow and share. Bye for now.